and I are going wine shopping together. You can find a sensational bottle of wine for criminally low prices. Let's get started exploring and tasting new wines together. Hello again, my dear wine friends. I decided to take BYOB on the road again because I had so much fun doing it last time, had to do it again. This time I am in Zion National Park, and I thought, again, what better time than now to drink a wine from the place that I'm in this case, Utah. And we don't often get to drink a lot of Utah wines unless you live in the state, right? Because they do have some pretty strict liquor laws. So this is unfortunately not a bottle that you're going to be able to find in your Trader Joe's, but I encourage you, if you're looking for inspiration for a fun road trip or camping trip or just seeing some absolutely beautiful nature, come to Utah and start trying their wines because they're starting to get pretty dang good and pretty fun as well. Brief history on Utah wines. Wine grapes first came to Utah in 1857 when a wagon load of grapevines were brought in to Washington County from California. And then shortly after that, you had the Mormon pioneers that came out here to the Salt Lake Valley and the Church of Latter-day Saints, and they decided what a great idea to get in on this wine industry, and viticulture boomed. It wasn't until the turn of the century when there was a lot of lawlessness and a lot of alcoholism, and they decided to really crack down, take wine out as part of a sacrament in their religious practices, and basically ban alcohol production. So things really took a hit, and it wasn't for a while. It wasn't until the 1970s that viticulture and wine production started to come back to Utah. A lot of these wineries right at the beginning there were in the Colorado Basin, and they're kind of figuring out from scratch what grapes work best here, what regions work really well. You're gonna find a lot of the wineries, a lot of the vineyards down in the southwest corner where I'm at right now in Utah. And this is because as you get further north up into the state, it gets really cold and the grapes don't really thrive well. Vitis vinifera doesn't do very well up there. It's a lot of hybrid grapes. So if you're looking for where serious wine production is really starting in Utah, it's gonna be this southwestern corner. It's great because it's high altitude. A lot of these vineyards are sitting at 3,000 to 5,000 feet, and this is great because it preserves structure and acidity in the finished wine. But because of that altitude, the grapes are also going to be a little susceptible to UV exposure, potentially burning the grapes themselves. So you're seeing a lot of vineyards with a lot of leaves, very little canopy management. They aren't pruning them back much because they need those leaves to protect the grapes. Utah is also a very dry, arid climate, so irrigation is a must here. And these vineyards are at about the same latitude as Italy, Spain, Portugal, Greece. So you're starting to see some of these really fun varietals out here. You're seeing a lot of Tempranillo doing really well out here. Bordeaux varietals as well. Of course, people love their Cabernet Sauvignon, but Merlot is doing well out here. You're seeing fun white grapes like Malvasia. Seeing a lot of Carignan as well and Rhone varietals, Syrah as well. Petit Syrah also does very well. And of course, you've got your Chardonnay. Chardonnay's everywhere, so you can't not have your Chardonnay. So as far as the wineries go in this region down here, they're still pretty young, but it's a very adventurous time, very cool time to be making wine and to be playing around. So you're seeing some very adventurous wines. I mentioned it's at a similar parallel to Italy. So I wanted to show you this really cool Moscato, and this is from Zion Vineyards. This is a winery in a town called Leeds, which is right on the way to the entrance to Zion National Park. And I saw it and I thought, I can't not stop and taste some Utah wines because I don't get a chance to do that much, right? I did a tasting flight. I honestly didn't even, the Moscato was on the list and I wasn't gonna try it just because I've had some really bad Moscato and I didn't really know what to expect. I should have been a little more adventurous, but this was poured for us and it was all of our favorite wines, my friends and I. And this is because there is the beautiful sugar, but there's such lovely backbone of acidity on this, so it's very fresh, it's playful. It's inoculated with a little carbon dioxide to make it slightly effervescent, so it's just really easy drinking, crushable. We really enjoyed their Tempranillo as well. We thought that was pretty awesome. Alrighty, lovely fizz, lovely pale lemon color. And on the nose, Moscato is so floral. So you're getting lilies, you're getting yellow roses, all of these lovely flowers jumping out of the glass, and then nice fresh lemon, kind of ripe apples, ripe pears, stone fruit as well, really beautiful like white peach notes. The floral notes are just absolutely killer and lovely on this though. Just so fresh, so easy drinking. Even though it's very like chilly out, it's fall here, this is so lovely and easy to drink. It's got that nice medium plus acidity, light bodied, that little bit of effervescence that just makes it even more enjoyable and fizzy on the palate. And moussey, so you're getting lemon mousse, lemon curd. All the lovely orchard fruits, the apples, the pears, and the florality. There's a little bit of kind of salinity in this as well, crunchy minerality. There's lovely volcanic soils here in Utah, which makes some really interesting wines. So I'm getting a little bit of that flinty, crunchy salinity, minerality. I just love it. I don't drink a lot of Moscato because some of them are just incredibly cloyingly sweet and don't have enough of that backbone. But this one is just absolutely very pleasurable to drink, very easy drinking. So you can open this anytime. You can drink it if you're out camping and it's a little chilly. We're gonna be eating chili later, and this would be a fun little thing to play with it. Great summer wine though as well. Again, I know these aren't the most accessible wines just as far as getting your hands on them because of state liquor laws. But if you are in the area, check out some of the different wineries here. It's always fun to be adventurous, and they're still learning so much. Remember, these areas in the old world in Europe, they've had thousands of years to figure it out, and these guys are basically having to start from scratch. But that also leads to really adventurous spirit and ingenuity and some fun, unexpected things. Like this bottle of Moscato. I did not think I was gonna be getting a bottle of Moscato from Utah. So thank you again for indulging me on a little BYOB road trip. I have so much fun getting to share wine with you on the road. And as always, keep exploring and trying new wine. Until next time, friends, cheers.